It's impossible for you to outperform your self-image. What you believe to be true about yourself is going to be true for you. And it doesn't matter how many New Year's resolutions you've made. It doesn't matter what goals you've set out, what you've written down, what you've put on the vision board, all those things that you've done. Because your unconscious mind, where all the programs are for your self-image, your self-worth, your belief about yourself, your identity and what you're capable of, your unconscious mind, no matter what glorious goals you have, it's just going to go and bring them back to what the truth is inside for you. Now, at first, that could sound a bit depressing, that you're not going to go anywhere because you have this belief about yourself, or you're not going to progress further because of this belief that you have about yourself. And you can look around, you can see other people, you can see, well, they've got so much potential, but they're not performing to their potential because they just don't have the self-image and self-belief that is going to take them there. So what do? You want to make these things happen. You've got these beautiful goals, all those sort of things. The place to start making the change to achieve the goal is on the inside. They say success is an inside job. So the place to start is working on your self-image. Once you lift up the self-image, then you're going to lift up your ability to be able to get closer, to perform, to be in alignment, to be congruent with the goals that you've set for yourself. That's great for your personal life. It's great if you're owning a business. It's great if you get your team of employees to all lift their self-image. You can imagine what that'd do to your business. If everyone believed in themselves more, how much more would they produce? How much more are you going to be able to do once you lift up your self-image, your belief about yourself? Oh, look, this is such an incredible area. And it is the key. Your self-image is the key to your beautiful future. Now, if that's something of interest, like if what I've said is resonating with you, then just put upgrade in the comments and you can have a complimentary one-on-one session with me for 30 or 40 minutes about how to upgrade, exploring how to upgrade your self-image. And here's a couple of tips for you. So I might as well, while we're here, give you a few tips on what's involved in upgrading your self-image. And it is, you hear people use the phrase, get out of your own way. Well, where am I? What am I doing? It's getting out of the way of your thoughts. So there's a couple of things. Oh, look, there's so many things you can do, and I'll just share a couple here. One thing you can do is change your language. So we can use our conscious mind to begin to program your unconscious, your deeper mind where the programs are. So one is changing your language, but before you can change your language, you've got to be aware of what your current language is. So we'll say if you put up your goals and you say, okay, this is my particular goal, and then you go, oh, yeah, maybe I'll get there, or I will, or maybe I can do it. So you hear the lack of congruency, the lack of conviction inside. So you can start to change the language, especially the I am. Watch out for everything that comes after I am, because that's what you're identifying as. I am. So if you hear a negative thing, you want to change that straight away. You want to break the pattern and change the word, change the place where you're standing, change your body language so that you can begin to drill in new habits. Like new habits were created, say when you were driving, you learned how to drive a car. You didn't know how to do it, you had doubts, but with time and repetition of the right thing, you began to drive and drive confidently. So we are using that sort of a strategy when you break and recreate language patterns. Another thing you can do is to discover where the truth is. This is really, really interesting. So when and this is something that would be done in a more involved way, either online or face to face. Say something that's absolutely true for you, like I'm a man, or you're a woman, or whatever it is. It's an absolute truth. And say it with your eyes closed. And with your eyes closed, when you say it, for instance, if I close my eyes and say, yeah, I'm a man, I feel it in my heart, and when my eyes, and I'm just getting a sense of where my eyes are going, and it's sort of up and to the right for me. That's truth. And then I look for something that maybe that is an absolute untruth. Okay, so I'm an alien, down to the bottom left, and also down into the lower gut as well on the left hand side. So now I've calibrated truth and untruth. Now what I would ask you to do is go and say your goal and figure out where that is. Like, I'm going to make $1 million this year, or I am making $1 million this year, and that's sort of about here in the middle. And so then the journey, the process is to shift this goal from sort of in between, shift it up to where the truth is. Because our eyes, if I was watching you on screen, if I was watching you, I'd be looking at where your eyes are going, because what that indicates to me is where the neurological pathways are for truth and untruth. And then we want to shift this, what you want, we want to shift it up into the truth. It's one way of creating the new belief about yourself. And then another thing that I'd suggest you do is creating an anchor for you being successful, winning and confident. So we tap into something that's happened in the past, something you've actually experienced. If you can't find something, we go and create something and we anchor it in so that whenever you trigger it, say when you're putting your hand on your heart, we're making a neurological connection between, in this example, between your hand on your heart and this winning, successful, confident feeling. These things, combined with many, many other things, are going to be able to lift up your self-image so that you can create the reality that you desire. We're getting into the feelings, we're getting into the mind, and then we're going to make it happen. Now, if that's of interest, pop an upgrade into the comments, and we'll organise this chat and get you on the pathway. So this time next year, you can be where you want to be, doing what you want to do, having what you want to have. Or don't do anything and just let it all be the same. Let another year go by. It's your choice. It's up to you. Love to chat with you. Pop upgrade in the comments and we'll do it.